Welcome to Rise and Conquer US UK, your daily source of unstoppable motivation. Here, we build discipline, courage, and focus so you can rise higher and conquer your dreams. There comes a time in everyone's life when holding on starts to hurt more than letting go. When you realize that some chapters aren't meant to be fixed, they're meant to be finished. And that's not loss, that's liberation. Because letting go isn't giving up. It's choosing peace over pain. It's understanding that not everything broken is meant to be repaired. Some things are meant to be released. We think strength is about holding on, but sometimes strength is the ability to let go, to accept that not everyone is meant to stay, that not every dream unfolds the way we planned, that not every answer comes in the time we want. You can't carry everything and still rise. At some point, you have to put the weight down and trust that you're lighter without it. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It means forgiving yourself, others, and life. It means choosing to stop replaying the past and start creating peace in the present. Because you can't heal if you keep reopening the same wound. You can't move forward while dragging yesterday's emotions behind you. Sometimes the only way to find clarity is to release what clouds your heart. We hold on because we fear loss. We fear change. We fear the unknown. But here's the truth. You're not losing when you let go. You're making space for something better. Because as long as your hands are full of what's gone, you can't receive what's coming. Letting go is not about giving up hope. It's about trusting that life has a better plan than your pain. Some people were lessons, not lifetimes. Some dreams were steps, not destinations. Some endings were beginnings in disguise. But you won't see that if you keep staring backward. The past is a teacher, but it's not your home. You were meant to visit, not live there. Holding on feels safe because it's familiar. Even when it hurts, it's something we know. But healing begins when you choose courage over comfort, when you finally say, I'm done carrying what's already done. Because holding on doesn't keep people close. It keeps you stuck. And peace doesn't arrive until you stop trying to control what's already gone. Letting go is an act of faith. It's trusting that what's meant for you will return in its right form, and what's not will fade, making space for something that fits. It's the quiet confidence that says, I don't need to understand everything to move forward. Because peace isn't found in answers, it's found in surrender. The hardest person to forgive is often yourself. You'll replay mistakes. You'll wish you'd known better. You'll hold guilt like armor. But forgiveness isn't saying it's okay. It's saying I've learned. It's freeing yourself from your own judgment. Because the longer you punish yourself for the past, the longer you delay your future. Letting go of guilt isn't weakness, it's wisdom. You did the best you could with what you knew then. Now you know more. Now you can do better. That's what growth is. You can't move forward if you're still trying to prove your worth to people who left. You don't need closure from others to create peace within yourself. Sometimes closure isn't given, it's created. You close the door, you lock it with forgiveness, and you walk away. That's maturity. That's freedom. Letting go also means not needing every answer. You won't always know why things happen the way they did. You won't always understand why goodbyes came too soon. But understanding isn't required for healing. You don't have to know the reason to trust the purpose. Because some lessons are revealed only after you release them. You are not your past. You are not your pain. You are not your mistakes. You are what you choose to carry forward. And if you keep choosing peace, forgiveness, and faith, you're already winning. Because the ability to walk away without bitterness is the highest form of strength. It's okay to outgrow people. It's okay to outgrow versions of yourself. It's okay to want peace more than connection. You don't owe everyone access to your energy. You don't owe your past an explanation. Growth requires space, and space requires letting go. Don't be afraid to lose people who make you lose yourself. There's a kind of freedom that only comes after release. It's when you wake up lighter, when you stop checking on what's gone, when you realize peace feels better than the pain you were trying to hold together. That's not weakness. That's evolution. You've outgrown what you were once meant to survive. Everything you lose is either replaced with something better or returned in a wiser form. So stop chasing what left. Start choosing what's left inside you. Because your peace is priceless. And no person or past is worth losing it for. One day, you'll look back and realize letting go was the best thing you ever did. Because that was the moment you stopped surviving and started living. You stopped fighting life and started flowing with it. You stopped trying to fix and started trusting. And in that quiet surrender, you found something priceless, yourself. You were never meant to carry everything. You were meant to learn to release and to rise. Every ending was never the end. It was redirection. Every goodbye wasn't loss. It was freedom. Every tear wasn't weakness. It was cleansing. And every time you let go, you made more room for grace. So breathe. You don't have to hold it all anymore. Let it go. Let them go. Let the version of you who suffered rest. You're not the person who was broken. You're the person who survived. And survival deserves peace. Let go. Heal. Move forward. Because what's gone was never meant to break you, only to build you. And what's ahead is far more beautiful than what's behind. Let go and rise, because peace is waiting. And as always, rise and conquer. Letting go is the hardest lesson you'll ever learn, because it requires faith without answers. It's choosing to release what you can't control and trust that peace will fill the space where pain once lived. It's learning that not everything lost is a loss. Sometimes it's just clearing the way for something better. Because when you release what's breaking you, you rise into what's meant for you. We're taught to hold on to people, to memories, to expectations. We think that holding tighter means caring deeper. But sometimes holding tighter means hurting longer. You can't climb higher if your hands are full of what's heavy. You can't rise freely while clutching what's already fallen away. Letting go doesn't mean you stop loving. It means you start respecting yourself enough to stop suffering. Peace doesn't come when life gets easier. It comes when you finally stop fighting the same battles. When you stop reopening old wounds and start protecting your healing. When you stop waiting for apologies and start creating closure within yourself. That's how you begin to rise. Not by adding more, but by releasing what no longer belongs. You can't build a new life in the ruins of your old one. If you keep revisiting what broke you, you'll never discover what can heal you. The past is over. You can't rewrite it, but you can rewrite you. You can rebuild your peace. You can reclaim your worth. You can redefine your power. And none of that requires what you lost, only what you've learned. When you release something, you don't lose your story. You free it from pain, because healing doesn't mean forgetting what happened. It means changing what it means to you. It means seeing the pain not as punishment, but as preparation. You can look at your scars and see strength instead of shame. You can remember what broke you without reliving it. That's how release turns into rise. The reason letting go feels so hard is because you've built your identity around what you're losing. You've convinced yourself that without that person, that job, that dream, you'll lose your purpose. But purpose isn't tied to anything that can leave you. It's not tied to someone else's presence. It's not tied to a single outcome. It's tied to your soul, and your soul can't be taken. Sometimes, what feels like losing your way is just finding your truth. Sometimes, what feels like falling apart is just falling into place, because life will remove what you don't release. If you keep holding what's not for you, you'll stay stuck where you don't belong. So release with grace, release with faith, release with trust that what's leaving is creating space for what's next. Healing starts when you stop asking, why did this happen to me? And start asking, what is this teaching me? Because every heartbreak, every disappointment, every goodbye wasn't meant to destroy you. It was meant to define you, to sharpen your empathy, to deepen your patience, to expand your strength, you can't rise without release, and you can't heal without hurt. The greatest form of strength is not holding on until it breaks. It's letting go before it does. Because sometimes the most loving thing you can do is walk away. Not out of hate, but out of healing. You're not weak for leaving. You're wise for knowing when to. Peace begins where self-respect begins. And self-respect begins the moment you stop begging for things that drain you. Letting go also means forgiving yourself for holding on so long. You did it because you cared, because you hoped, because you believed in the good. That's not weakness, that's love. But now you know, love without peace isn't love. You deserve relationships that don't require breaking yourself to keep them. You deserve dreams that grow with you, not against you. Forgive yourself, forgive others, and set yourself free. You can't rise if your heart is still chained to what's gone. So stop waiting for people to come back. Stop waiting for apologies that may never arrive. Stop waiting for perfect closure. Peace doesn't wait for explanations. It begins the moment you decide. I'm done giving power to what hurts me. You don't need to understand the ending to begin the next chapter. You just need to trust that turning the page is not the end of your story. It's the start of your strength. The universe will always test your willingness to release. It will keep bringing back the same lesson in different forms until you finally say, I'm done repeating this cycle. And when you do, everything starts shifting. Because the moment you release resistance, life begins to flow again. That's the magic of surrender. You stop forcing and start allowing, and what's meant for you finds its way effortlessly. The process of letting go will hurt before it heals. It will feel like loss. It will feel like emptiness. It will feel like something inside you died. But that emptiness isn't loss. It's space. And space is sacred. It's where new peace grows. It's where new love arrives. It's where your new self begins to breathe. That's not pain. That's rebirth. You're not breaking down. You're breaking open. The storm that took everything from you wasn't here to end you. It was here to clear you. You had to lose what you were not. To remember who you are. And who you are is not broken, not bitter, not lost. You are becoming whole, and that begins with release. There is beauty in endings. The sunset is proof that endings can be beautiful, that something can end in peace, not pain. So stop fearing closure, stop fearing goodbye, stop fearing silence. What's meant to stay, stays. What's meant to go, goes. And what's meant for you, grows. You don't need to chase peace. You just need to clear space for it. Letting go is how you rise. Because release doesn't make you weaker. It makes you weightless. You're not losing your power. You're reclaiming it. The moment you stop trying to control what left, you start controlling your future. And that's when everything changes. One day, you'll wake up and realize you're no longer angry. You're no longer waiting. You're no longer hurting. You're just free. And that freedom will feel better than anything you were holding on to. That's peace. That's power. That's you. Finally rising, release, forgive, heal, rise. Because the world doesn't need your pain. It needs your peace. And the universe rewards those who choose peace over pressure. Let go so you can grow. And as always, rise and conquer. Every fall has a reason. Every ending has a purpose. Every loss has a lesson. And sometimes the greatest freedom comes right after the hardest fall. Because pain doesn't come to destroy you. It comes to deliver you, to pull you away from what's holding you back and push you toward who you're meant to become. When you've fallen, when you've lost, when you've broken, you have two choices. You can stay down and replay the pain, or you can stand up and reclaim the power. Falling is never failure. Failure is refusing to rise. Because strength isn't built by never falling. It's built by rising every time you do. Every ending in your life was clearing space for a new beginning. You didn't lose anything that was meant to stay. You lost what was meant to teach. You lost what was keeping you stuck. You lost what was blocking your peace. Sometimes God removes what you thought you needed so you can finally discover what you truly deserve. You were never being punished. You were being protected. You don't find freedom by fixing the past. You find freedom by forgiving it. You forgive the people who didn't stay. You forgive yourself for staying too long. You forgive the timing that didn't work out, because forgiveness doesn't change what happened. It changes what happens next. You can't rise while you're chained to resentment. You can't heal while holding hate. So release the blame, release the bitterness, release the what ifs. You can't rewrite what's gone, but you can rewrite what's next. The truth is, freedom is not found in forgetting. It's found in accepting that some things ended because your growth required it. Accepting that peace sometimes begins with a goodbye. You didn't want to say, accepting that you don't need to understand the reason to trust the result. Because acceptance is not surrender, it's alignment. It's you saying, I'm done fighting the past. I'm ready to walk into my future. You are not who you were when you fell. You're stronger now, wiser now, calmer now. You've faced heartbreak and healed. You've walked through storms and survived. You've lost but never lost yourself completely. That's freedom, the quiet kind that comes after you've learned the value of peace. You no longer crave chaos. You no longer chase closure. You simply exist in calm. And that calm, that's what true strength looks like. Letting go doesn't erase the past. It transforms it. It turns wounds into wisdom, tears into truth, pain into purpose. Because every time you let go of something that broke you, you make space for something that builds you. You stop being defined by what hurt you and start being refined by what healed you. That's what freedom feels like. Not empty, but light. Not detached, but peaceful. You finally stop carrying what's already gone and start walking toward what's waiting. One day soon, you'll look back on everything you thought you couldn't survive and smile, because you'll realize you didn't just survive it, you grew from it. It didn't end you. It freed you. You became softer, yet stronger, calmer, yet wiser. And in that balance, you found peace. Freedom isn't running away from the past. It's walking forward without its weight. It's choosing to wake up without anger, to love again without fear, to hope again even after heartbreak. That's real courage. To love life again after pain, to trust again after betrayal, to rise again after the fall. And that's what you're doing. Right now, you don't need to rush healing. You just need to keep releasing, because healing isn't a moment. It's a movement. Every day you forgive a little more. Every day you detach a little more. Every day you choose peace over pressure. You rise a little higher. This was your daily dose of motivation from Rise and Conquer US UK. Remember, your time is now. Stand tall, stay disciplined, and rise and conquer. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for tomorrow's motivation.